Sony and Microsoft are reportedly merging forces to explore cloud development through Microsoft's Azure technology. This is expected to improve streaming services for not only games, but also for other forms of content. Hopefully, this effort will deliver more enhanced entertainment experiences for their worldwide customers, as outlined in a press release by the mentioned parties. For this, Xbox chief Phil Spencer has expressed excitement, an emotion that mirrors that of many gamers worldwide. Epic has officially launched a mega sale reminiscent of Steam's annual summer sale. In addition to that, said mega sale occurs over a month before the typical time Steam usually commences theirs. One would not be faulted if they were to assume this is a deliberate counteraction by the new storefront, but there will be no complaints from gamers. The Epic Mega Sale has games discounted for up to 75%. Any of you can visit the Epic Store to see the first hand the great deals being offered. Echo Dog Games dares to be different with their new card game, Signs of the Sojourner. The developers have diverged from the traditional style of card games, where cards represent offensive and defensive weapons or spells. Instead, Signs of the Sojourner players used cards to form connections with people and develop their personality. To put it simply, it's a narrative card game where battles are replaced by conversations, and the aim isn't to win, but to match symbols that reflect personality traits.
Sorry, Avon.
Stop that missile! Come on! You're in. Okay, go into the main room. The control console's on the second story.
Rockstar Games appears to be in a charitable mode, at least where GTA Online imports and exports is concerned. The developers are offering a 25% GTA dollar bonus on all import and export style missions this week. Unfortunately, for some, there are no such offers for Art Vandalay, but the fans will be appreciative nonetheless. The devs also urge players to take advantage of the 30% off all vehicle cargo warehouses, special cargo warehouses, and upgrades. Visit GTA's website for further details.
You're at the console. You got a single port computer. Plug it in. Clifford has the network jammed up, so the only override to launch will be the PDPC's hardware keys, which we don't have. But maybe we do. Plug in your machine.
Sega is pleased to announce that the Sega Genesis Mini will be receiving 10 additional games. This brings the total of revealed titles up to 30 out of the promised 40 games. This batch of titles features some of the most notable franchises and hard-to-find games of the gaming universe. Sega also revealed that a 6-button controller will be available in August of this year. You can visit Sega's official website to see the full list of titles that have been announced thus far. Apex Legends developer Ram Vinson recently divulged that the studio's team has been growing since launch. The developer also shared that players are to expect tons of content for the game in the foreseeable future. This is surely welcomed news by the players, especially ones that have expressed dissatisfaction with the low rate at which updates are introduced. However, a bigger team means more development and quality content like that which has been promised by the developer. Valve has labeled the 25th of June as the date Steam Summer Sale 2019 commences. This is an annual event for the prominent storefront where many of the games are offered at wildly discounted prices. As you can imagine, this is a time when gamers looking to purchase games are happiest. This announcement comes well in advance, which is surely appreciated by gamers. Steam Summer Sale 2019 will run for 2 weeks and will therefore conclude on July 9, 2019.
A man of honor who seeks me. Is he worthy? Yes, perhaps he is.
Flipboard Games has announced that their action platformer game Spark the Electric Jester 2 is currently available. Some say it is nothing short of a Sonic the Hedgehog fan game because, as you may have guessed, it is very fast-paced in nature. One criticism is that every level is about going super fast, except for boss fights, which play a bit like Metal Gear Rising Life. Thus far, it is comparable to some very good titles, and it has received mostly positive reviews on Steam, where it is currently available. Ubisoft has fully revealed the operator loadouts for the latest Rainbow Six Siege season. Players were ripe with excitement upon seeing the Phantom Sight's TTS. Some argue that it had gone live early as the new operators weren't playable. However, that did not prevent players from accessing the loadout screens where they combed through everything that is to be expected from the Y4S2 operators. Now the Phantom Sight milestone has been reached as slated on the game's roadmap. Valve is elated to announce the Steam Link iOS app is available on the App Store once more. Apple had rejected it a year ago for rationale summarized as business conflicts, so it is safe to assume said conflicts are now resolved. The new version mirrors the Android version that enables users to play their PC games on iPhone, iPad, or Apple TV. The Steam Link app behaves exactly as Valve's Steam Link hardware did before it was discontinued in November of last year. The Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been
We
removed
do
from
not
the Epic
choose to
Games
enter
Store.
this life.
This action is understandable
Hungry
considering the
and
games was not an Epic Games
Coming
Store
to a
exclusive.
stern,
The rationale
clean
for its
world.
removal is the Epic Mega
So we
Sale that
spend our
recently
time
began.
searching
Players who had
for
intended
that
to purchase a
one
copy need not worry
sublime
because the title is
revelation
still
to fill
available
the
on other
void.
PC game stores
To
such
lose
as Steam
ourselves
and
in
GOG.
beauty and
Unfortunately,
perfection.
it is not currently among the
Beauty
discounted
can be
lot,
elegant,
but it is
seductive,
attainable.
full of pleasure, raw, violent, lethal. Let me help us find it, to lose ourselves. Come closer. I am a beautiful way to die.
Today's featured deal is God Eater 2 Rage Burst, an action role-playing game. It is currently available at the best price of €3.77, while Steam price is €49.99. Get this game today through our trusted store and save a 92% your city key purchase. To get more of today's deals, type !deal in the stream chat now. Head over to Allkeyshop.com to compare city key prices and save more.
MSI, and many more. Well, Activision has confirmed that it will not have a dedicated booth at E3 this year, and this is the first time that this has been the case for the award-winning publisher. However, it will not be absent from the event entirely and will instead be holding private meetings, and it can be argued that this is attributed to the fact that Activision has a relatively quiet year ahead and therefore haven't much to showcase. E3 will commence, that would be on June 11, 2019.
You told me a story once about chasing the impossible.
Surviving Mars' new DLC called Green Planet is live, and it will allow players to turn the red, dusty planet of Mars into a beautifully green planet with terraforming. Players are also able to bring in animals to Red Planet, but you would also need to purchase the Project Laika DLC for this. In the free portion of the update will also give players 3 special projects, that's new building, more event chains, as well as some enhancement. Now you can try your best to make Mars livable with the new DLCs.
You told me the story of your dream, about how one day you would leave the constraints of the dome behind, step outside, and breathe.
It took streamer Marco Style and his POG clan only 5 hours to defeat the Division 2's first raid, and this is particularly impressive because the raid had only been out in as many hours and the team had no prior experience with the Concord content. The developers had promised the raid to be a tricky one, and despite the time frame in which it was defeated, this was very much the case. Marco Style and company spent the bulk of their time fighting the last boss, a gargantuan drone spearing shark. Games Workshop's calls for Skullfruit event has returned for the third year. And said event has bearing updates and discounts to a lot of Warhammer PC adaptations. There are also quite a few studios participating, including prolific Warhammer publisher Focus Home Interactive. The book of new content is currently available, while others will be revealed as the sale persists throughout the weekend. Now the event concludes that will be on May 20 of this year, 2019. Bungie shares that nerfs are due for Destiny 2's most powerful exotics. Now, according to developer, the rationale for doing this is that the endgame content has proven too challenging to design and balance. As mentioned, exotics are way too overtuned. Bungie added that to combat this issue would normally buff undersuit items, but this instance, it would render designing future content like raids impossible. Players are not pleased, but Bungie maintains that it is for the best. Cloud Imperium Games is pleased to announce that its MMORPG Star Citizen's development is progressing well through its alpha phases. The developers had moved to have the project crowdfunded, and it has worked out extremely well. Currently, over $226 million have been raised, and this is all in an effort to enable the company to continue developing amazing content like the big flyable ship Origin 890 jump, which was revealed in the latest new Star Citizens video. Creative Assembly recently released an official trailer for their turn-based strategy game that's Total War 3 Kingdoms. Players will be excited to see that the heroic and noble Imperial Scion, Liu Bei, is also featured in said trailer, and the video is approximately reminiscent of the Three Kingdom period of Chinese history, as well as brandishes snippets of each kingdom darting across the vast landscape that players will soon know to be the battlefield. Now the game is due out, that would be on May 23, 2019. Square Enix is currently celebrating Final Fantasy XI's 17th year anniversary. In doing so, it is making several improvements to enhance the new player experience, and it is amazing to see that after almost 2 decades, the developers are still making changes to accommodate new players, but this is probably a major catalyst for the game's longevity. Now there is a new Return Home to Vanadale's campaign to entice new and returning players, a new in-game event, and of course updates to the render. Exceedus officially announced that May 29, 2019 is the day Wizardry Labyrinth of Lost Souls will be releasing for PC. The Japanese role-playing game has been well anticipated for some time, but now players has been they haven't much longer to wait. The developers also divulged that the game will be available at 10% discount in launch week and encourages players to take advantage of the 10% off deal. The announcement also came with a trailer which is viewable on Steam, where the game will be purchasable. Team Liquid and Invictus Gaming recently locked horns in the MSI 2019 semifinals, a sign in which most League of Legends fans labeled Invictus Gaming clear favorites, although expected Invictus to triumph are not to be blamed as the team looked unstoppable going into the semifinals. However, Team Liquid won the best of 5 set in 4 games convincingly and contrary to all expectations. Team Liquid now looks to the MSI Finals, where they will face either SK Telecom, TI, or G2 Esports. Bandai Namco recently announced a closed network test that for its upcoming action JRPG Code Vein, and now the studio has revealed the dates of the said network test. The test will begin on May 30, 2019, and it will persist up until the 3rd of the next month. So if you would like to participate, you can register for the test on the game's official website for a chance to be invited, and if selected, you will be able to create a character, play for the beginning of the game, and indulge in an online co-op dungeon. And today's featured deal is Shadows Awakening, an action role-playing game, which is currently available at the best price of €7.61, while in Steam price, that is at €39.99. Get this game today through our trusted store and you can save 80% on your CDK purchase. To get more of today's deal, type !deal in the stream chat, and you may head over to Allkeyshop.com to compare CDK prices and for you guys to save more.